This is the NBC Tuesday morning interview with Amber Heard, part 2. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, go watch it. It's interesting. Fool me once here, driving instructor of the world. Remember, I'm using exact quotes. I went back through it several times to verify. Samantha Guthrie asked, when the DEP team argued you were the abuser, you instigated the physical violence. She's nodding her head yes, even though she says, I never had to instigate it, I responded to it. Asked about specific audio tapes, she said, much has been made of these audio tapes. They were first leaked online after being edited. Oh, you silly. They're edited for time. They weren't edited for content. What you hear on those clips were not evidence of what was happening. It was evidence of a negotiation of how to talk about that with your abuser. She never says Johnny. This is another lie. And by the way, the jury had access to the entire 3 hours of tape. That's just one incident. Samantha Guthrie reads a transcript of her getting physical. She says, as I testified on the stand about this, by the way, she didn't, when your life is at risk, not only will you take the blame for things that you shouldn't take the blame for, but when you're in an abusive dynamic, psychologically, emotionally, and physically, you don't have the resources that say you or I do, with the luxury of saying, hey, this is black and white. It's anything but when you're living in it. She was in it. It's not theoretical. And what resources is she talking about? Tape recorders? She used her phone. By the way, speaking in second person like that, using you, is another way of distancing to try to make it not a lie. But it's a lie. And Johnny was the one that took the blame and tried to mollify her. Look, I did it. Everyone who's abused tries to pacify the abuser. For the clip, oh, go ahead, tell the world, Johnny. Tell the world that Johnny, a man. Anyway, she said 20-second clips or the transcripts of them are not representative of even the 2 hours or 4 hours that those clips are excerpted from. Again, the jury had the whole 3 hours. Samantha even asked, couldn't your side put in the 3 hours? I'm not a lawyer, she says. He said he never hit you. Is that a lie? Yes, it is. And she's just staring down the camera. What about witnesses who said they saw you instigate physical violence? I've seen firsthand how people will file rank and support with the person they depend on. She said, Samantha says, did they all come in and lie in court? I'm not here to call any of his witnesses any names. But she makes an amber face. I'm here to just kind of talk about it from what it felt like from me as a person who sat there. That makes no sense. And when asked about Johnny's lawyers accusing her of not taking responsibility, she said, I did do and say horrible, regrettable things throughout my relationship. I behaved in horrible, almost unrecognizable ways to myself. There's so much. Yes, there is.